Hey YouTube, 6Actual here. I want to make a follow-up video to my bug out / meetup location I did on one of my videos. You're currently looking at the map of Georgia. That is because that's where I reside. I want to give you guys a follow-up. One of my bug out / meetup locations is in a city park. I thought it was a state park, but actually I did find out after further research that it's a city park. Sorry that my light from my fan's kind of blurring the picture here. Here's what you can do. I contacted the Department of Natural Resources for my state, Georgia, and I asked them to send me a guide about all the state parks and things like that for tourism. They sent this to me in the packet. It was a thick packet. Came a Georgia State highway map, so that's great to have, an additional reference material, and a list of all the parks, where they're located, what amenities that they actually have at each park. Now, the amenities that of course you're going to be looking at if this is a possible bug out / meetup location is you're going to need water, a food source, wild animals, shelter is a good thing. And the most important is probably going to be cover and concealment. I have mapped out my specific bug out location, which you guys have seen on a previous video. But I want to give you guys some more information on what you need to do. Okay, I've reconned that area out, so if you decide to do this and you've got your guidebook and hey, there's a state park or a city park close proximity, mine's 2 miles away, it's walking distance, everything else. When you do your recon, you need to bring your camera, a notebook and a pen, and a cell phone, and if you have access to your computer when you get back for the upload of the pictures and things like that, that's going to be huge. Also, when we start talking about maps in reference to raw situations and SHTF, it's good to be able to have a county map for the actual state that you live in. Okay, and here's why. If for some reason that a particular county, and I'm going to use this one, Monroe, okay, Monroe County, we're going to say that this one's totally occupied. What you can do is, at a relatively cheap cost, is you can have this map laminated, and then you can actually draw off and work on this map with your group, with your family, whatever. We're going to say that Monroe here is totally under some type of government control. So you could use a red marker and mark this one out. You know, as news starts to travel in the situation, another reason why you need the notebook, because you need to take notes, you can update your map and your group on the information as it starts getting in, whether it's through shortwave radio, whether it's through other people passing through town. This map was free. I contacted right there Department of Transportation on the internet and pulled it up. They sent these maps to me free of charge. I have this map and a few other maps for the state of Georgia since I reside in it. Okay, so this is another good idea, guys, in order to have intelligence and information that you're going to need to carry on to your group if an SHTF situation happens. Take your camera and go out and photograph your different spots. Photograph cache spots. Photographs, guys, are, like they said, worth $1 million. Utilize the information that you have now and make sure that you develop the film. Don't leave it in the camera. Take coordinates of the specific location. I'll give you a brief look at my coordinates that I used. Okay, and basically what I did is I measured the mile distance around for everything, and I jotted down some landscape or specific items to coordinate with the mileage, so that if I was directing somebody else at this point, if there was you know, a meetup group there, I could say, you know, we need to rendezvous at bridge number 1, 2, 3, whatever. Meet me at location 2 Alpha, and other people will be able to know while we're using the communication devices, shortwave radios or small walkie-talkies, if someone was to pick that up and say, okay, well, meet at bridge 3, they're going to have no idea where bridge 3 is, especially if it's in the surrounding area. My smartphone I take with me because of some of the programs that it has available for the Droid here. The GPS, altimeter, radars, settings for different things, the compasses. I check all this information, GPS locations, everything else. Terrain locations, I can get that all from my phone. And then what I've done is I've transferred a lot of information to the computer. Since we still have the internet, utilize that source to research information about a particular area. Altitude, what plants may be growing there, and then, you know, research that. Research local areas. I mean, we have the technology, folks. And then what you want to do is you want to share this with your family and with your survival group if you have a survival group, okay? Guys, and to be politically correct, women, if you guys are out prepping and putting together a survival group, do not keep this information away from your spouse. I don't care if she thinks you've lost your ever-loving mind because you're prepping and you're doing survival planning. They need to know, your family and your group need to know where caches are located, what your family needs to do in what particular situation, when they need to bug out, in case something happens to you. Don't take all the time that you do to prep and Mylar bag your food and get ammo and get proficient at your weapon, and then something happened to you and you not have had passed this information, key information off to other people, and something happened to you and you get KIA or something, and your family's stuck there looking at like, I don't know what to do. I don't know who to contact. I don't know how to do this. I don't know this plan, that plan. You need to involve your family. If they don't want to hear it, you still tell them. Especially if it's your wife or your kids or ladies, your husband, whatever. Hey, if you don't care about this, that's fine. Here's where the information will be. So I think I've rambled on enough on this video. I just wanted to throw out some ideas. Again, guys, the map and the state map and the map of where the state parks are located was 100% free. All I had to do was make a phone call, 800 number. I mean, within a week I got it. It's got a whole bunch of other information in there as well, guys, for activities in your state. So you might want to check that out. Again, when you go to recon your area, take pictures, video, write notes. Because I guarantee you, once you do the recon and you come all the way back to the house, you're going to forget some key information. So do it while you're there. Make sure you have time. Don't try to go do a recon when you're on the way to work and leave 10 minutes early from the house. No. Take a day off, go out and plan your time. Spend the time with your family at the park. And then while you're there, as you're walking around, recon it. Write you down some notes. You're going to need it. Department of Transportation for your state, they will send you complimentary maps. And I don't know if you can tell, but this map's about 4 or 5 foot long. And this is going to go into our command post for our group. And like I said, I'm going to laminate this, and we'll be able to use dry erase markers on it, and it'll be a good term of information, especially to exchange during harder times. And then, guys, like I said, utilize your resources of your computer and the internet and be able to go there and find the information out into certain locations or whatever. Print up your documents that you need to hand out to your survival group or whatever, and keep a running base on information that you find out and inventory lists, everything else, and make sure that you back the information up. In case the computer goes down, then you have another form of it, preferably on paper. So I hope you guys found this video helpful. If you have any questions or anything like that, please let me know. Leave a comment, subscribe, like it, dislike it, whatever you want to do. Till next time.